Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Beast MD. I'm an Ultimate player at heart. I used to run tournaments for Ultimate and Smash 4. That's kind of like when I began my getting into the competitive Smash community. I have like 150 hours, maybe 200, in other plat fighters in general besides those two. Like I have maybe like 30, 40 in Melee, maybe 50. I have like 50, 60 in Rivals 1. You know, Slap City, Restaurant Revolt, things like that. So like I've picked up on a lot of the more advanced techniques, and I've also played a lot in the beta. You know, I've played in all of them since April, and I'm kind of familiar with Rivals 2 and things like that. And I know a lot of Ultimate players are struggling to transition to this game, or just a lot of more like there's the beginners who maybe they just casually play Smash with some friends and, you know, heard about the demo from Ludwig or just from in general, and are now like seeing all these super sweaty people going absolutely nuts on them with no mercy. These fools who've been playing on these cracked builds from like tournaments, like fools literally, like when the devs aren't looking, we're literally like taking the builds from the PCs. I've been playing it all summer. Like I went to Supernova and I'm sitting there playing with the fool. He's like, oh yeah, me and my friends, we played this at my house. And you know, so I want y'all to be aware of that. Like there's people who've been playing Rivals 1 for like 5, 6, 7 years and have like all this experience, and with these characters who y'all never seen before, you know, and people just have more time in this engine, especially if you're just coming in to playing this free demo this week. So fools have been playing this all summer, you know, and this is skill-based matchmaking, but it takes a while to get placed into things. And I know a lot of people feel discouraged. A lot of people are like confused. You know, there's not like a tutorial in game yet. And there's a lot of like specific differences between Ultimate and Rivals that a lot of people aren't aware of. So what I want to do is, this is not the type of video I normally make. I normally make like the highly edited videos, but I'm kind of pressed for time and the weekend's almost over. So I just want to get this out there real quick just to help my fellow brothers, and just put out a little mini guide of just some of the differences between Ultimate and Rivals 2, and how like to help teach you some of the stuff that like you're missing, like some of the pieces that you're missing. So if you're like a beginner, or not necessarily a beginner, if you're like a casual player now, like getting into the more competitive type of plat fighter, like the more esport type of plat fighter, you may not get as much help from this, but I think it's still very valuable. The stuff I'm going to talk about is very valuable. If you want me to make something for more of the beginner, more casual, then I definitely can. I love teaching people and helping people out. But I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. But yes, but don't get discouraged. And it's just fighting games in general. Like, you're going to get stomped a little bit. That must be high to me in Street Fighter 6 going on right now. So just be aware of that. Though I do admit, because like the player base of Rivals is obviously smaller than Street Fighter, you're gonna get a lot more, you know, sweaty people. You know, just the fact that this is a plat fighter in general that's not Smash Bros, you're gonna get more sweaty people. So, but you're gonna become sweaty too. So don't feel bad. Just learn. All these fools you're fighting against, you're gonna learn. So one thing I do want to say is, so if you're coming from Ultimate, one of like the mindset things that I've been having to get over is, you know, how we think versus how a Rivals person thinks. Because like, if I come up here and I whiff an attack like this, right? Most Smash Ultimate players are gonna think to be conservative. Like, okay, to be, you know, okay, I whiffed, so I'm a shield. You know, maybe I'll spot dodge, or, you know, really, or roll away. That's generally what most people think when they whiff an attack. But Rivals, you know, they come from the parry, but the parry is so much slower in this game from Rivals 1. If you ever played online on Rivals 1 ranked, especially at the lower level, the fools will whiff and parry like everything. But the main thing the better players do is, because a lot of times fools will try to read the parry, a lot of things, the only choice you have to do, since there's no shield, you either spot dodge, roll. But even then, if you whiff, you have no choice but to keep attacking, really, because there's no shields. So like, if you ever commit, these Rivals players, they're gonna be so aggressive for you, they're not gonna stop pressing you because they have no choice, because they're used to playing with no defense. So that's what would be blowing me a lot. I will see these Rivals players doing these unsafe stuff in front of me, and I think like, oh, okay, you know, I can, go do I was holding shield and they went in front of me, like, or they, they hit my shield, like, I'm gonna aerial them or whatever. But nah, they will press you if you let them press you. And so that's one thing you have to, like, or they will be like ready to, like, I don't know. They're just different. So one, just be cognizant of that. And be cognizant of the differences in, like, the buffer system. Like in if you press Y and A in this game, and in every plat fighter really, you do a full hop aerial. You press jump and attack at the same time. Just like if you do an aerial and you hold jump, you used to be able to, you would automatically jump if it was Smash Ultimate, but that doesn't work in this game. So the buffer is like, you have to actually time the stuff, So even with shield grabs, I noticed, like, I've always, maybe it's because of the way I played, I've always, with shield grab, I would low-key almost hold A as soon as someone hit my shield, I would be holding A. But of course, you have to kind of, like, time it. Like, I miss a lot more shield grabs in this game than I ever have. So just be cognizant of that. And I want you guys to also understand, like, the recovery. Obviously, you're not going to snap to ledge as easy in this game. Like in Ultimate, you would just automatically snap to ledge. So you have to time stuff a little bit better. And be aware that your air dodge is actually your friend in this game. It's literally like a third jump. Like, fools be forgetting that they got a air dodge, or they won't even use their air dodge while recovering. Or you can get hit and you can air dodge all the way up here. And then just like how I did that, this is my down B. But just about every character, like if I press shield when I in my down B, I will cancel that. And a lot of characters have some kind of funny little quirk about them. Just about everybody. So you're gonna have to learn that somewhere else. I'm trying to keep this mainly the Ultimate versus Rivals differences. And even the edge canceling. Edge canceling is so much, like, easier in this game. You can edge cancel, like you've seen people like Palutena teleport and edge cancel, but in this game it's like not as, I'm, like I said, I'm an Ultimate player, but you can edge cancel like that, and it's like way easier to do in this game. And then I know that there's like a lot of movement options, but let me just get to the most important thing. I think one of the biggest differences right now, before the people who click off, is shield dropping. So in Ultimate, typically what happens is if you see somebody on the platform and you get underneath them, you would think like, oh, let's go, I'm about to freaking up tilt his shield, put some little pressure on him, make his shield get smaller. But you cannot do that mess in this game or Melee or any other game with shield dropping, because if you hold shield and you tilt the stick like diagonal down, you will without letting go of shield, you can fall underneath the platform. So you can punish someone like this. If somebody freaking up tilts your shield, you're gonna get punished. I'm not just saying this for you, telling you to shield drop. I'm saying for other people, if you try to, oops. So that's also one thing about Rivals. You don't have to. That's one thing that's hard about shield dropping, is you could accidentally spot dodge, right? That's why you have to do it slow. But in Rivals, you can just let go of shield and just flick the stick after you let go of shield. In that animation, that shield, that when you're letting go of shield, in that animation, you can cancel it with dropping down at any time. So if somebody ever, I'm about to get my shield broken, but anytime somebody, you can punish like that. And that's what a lot of people are doing to y'all, but y'all don't know about, because y'all don't even know about shield dropping. And so you're coming up like you're an Ultimate player, up tilting someone's shield or doing an up air on someone's shield, and then they're punishing you for it. It's a free punish. So please be aware of shield dropping. And shield dropping is very easy to do. Like I said, you can either gently do it down like that. A lot of times people just wait for you to tap their shield. As soon as you tap their shield, they're gonna shield drop aerial you. So that's why, like, maybe instead of coming up below them, maybe you're gonna come up to the side of them and space an aerial on them, hit them from the side. And also be aware of, I'm using two controllers, so you gotta bear with me. Okay. If you can push people off the shield like that. So like, if you can't jump, when you get pushed off, you can't jump, you can't attack. You literally have like no choice but to attack. So that's another thing to be cognizant of, rather than, trying to, maybe you can, do some mess like this, bait the shield drop attack and already be holding shield, or, already be doing another attack. So, you just got to think of the game a little differently. That's why in Ultimate, they always call it sticky platforms, because there's like nothing. If someone's hitting your shield in Ultimate, someone would just have to jump away, or they'll roll away or whatever. So be aware of shield dropping. and I do want to talk about is the biggest thing. This is like the last thing we're going to talk about. Well, since we're on the topic of shields, first let me go over out of shield options. You know, in ultimate, you can up smash out of shield, up B out of shield, aerial out of shield, you know, things of that nature. Basically, you can jump without dropping your shield. But in this game, if you try to up smash out of shield, you will just grab. If you try to up B out of shield, you'll parry. So it's like, dang, you can't up smash out of shield. No, you can. The thing is, with these games, you know, like with this, I'm doing my standing grab animation, and when I run, I'm doing my dash grab animation. In these games, you can, if you jump first and then press grab, oh lord, if you jump first and then press grab, you can jump cancel your grab and do the faster standing animation. And so, sorry, I don't know why I'm whatever, but so it's the same thing when you're when you're in shield. If you jump, cancel your up smash, you can up smash out of shield. And so in this game, you can just literally press Y and A at the same. If you do your A smash, like pressing A and the stick, or even if you're doing C stick, you can literally, if you just press jump and the C stick at the same time, or even maybe just like staggered a little bit, you can up smash out of shield. Same thing with up B out of shield. It's a little bit harder if you're using GameCube, but if you slide your hand from Y to B, you can up B out of shield. So just be aware you have to jump cancel those types of things. But the real last thing I want to talk about is wave dashing. So I'm not saying, oh, you guys have to wave dash. You know, I'm not, you know, movement is a little bit different. You know, in Smash Ultimate, you have to foxtrot in order if you want to do any kind of dash dancing. But in this, you can just move the stick left and right. And so you see a lot of people be moving around about all the crazy stuff. They're moonwalking, all this stuff. You know, if you want to learn how to, there's other videos that will teach how to moonwalk, which is very easy. But but if you want to wave dash in this game, instead of doing like, if you've ever heard, you can normally in melee, you have to hold the stick diagonally down and then jump and then air dodge, like when you get in the ground. But in this game, you can literally press jump and air dodge at the same time and hold the stick to the side, and you'll get a full length wave dash. I don't do it like that because, you know, I'm just used to doing it like this. Even if I'm not really getting full, I'm used to staggering Y and shield. But you can just press it at the same time. So there's like 3 instances where you really need to wave dash, I think, in my opinion. So like, you don't have to just wave dash everywhere like that. Well, okay, there's really 4. A lot of people have been struggling because you know, in this game, and what would happen in Smash Ultimate is, let's say if you were to dash, right? Let's say if you want to run up to me and jab him. In Smash, if you were to do your initial dash and then press A, the initial dash would finish and then a jab would come out. That's what would happen like that in Smash Ultimate. But in this game, a dash attack will come out. If you press A anytime in your initial dash, you do a dash attack. So in this game, so you would have to literally wait until it's over to do your jab. But if you're saying like, oh, I want to do a jab, or I want to do a tilt out of my initial dash or something, you really don't do that. That's where you would wave dash. So you would wave dash and then you know, or maybe even not do a full length wave dash, but that's where you would do like a little scoot, so you can do like that micro spacing and like get a little attack in like that. So that's where like different wave dash lengths come into play. So be aware of that. That's one situation where you'd want to wave dash, where you want to space yourself and you don't want to do like an initial dash. But oh my god, I gotta talk about crouch canceling. Oh my lord. So crouch canceling, you might see people do, but if somebody hits you while you're crouching, you see these green arrows. You see how I'm not flying nowhere. If you hold down, you will stick to the ground. So and the higher percent you are, the more you get popped up and things of that nature. And so even you can like reduce the amount of knockback that you get. And in this state, in this beta build, hopefully it doesn't stay this way, but crouch canceling is kind of strong. Like, it lasts a long time. As you can see, I'm at 60%, and these fools, I'm still crouch canceling his mess. And so like, you know, that's kind of ridiculous. So be aware of that. You know, maybe use that to your advantage if you can, but be aware that's what crouch canceling is. And especially, you know, even at like very low percents, you can, fools will literally, that's why you might hit somebody with a smash attack and the fools literally punish you like that. Like, you hit a smash attack and may not punish you. So be aware of crouch canceling. The reason why crouch canceling is in the game is because, you know, characters were like really good, like grounded moves and stuff like that, they would be like really dominant at the low percent. So it kind of, the fact that crouch canceling exists, you have to be a little bit more strategic with your approach. And so there's some attacks, like for example, I'm holding 2 controllers. Like, well, I'm gonna have Luxodon. I'm a Zetter will crouch. If you like spikes, like meteor smashes, those typically break CC. Oh Lord, sorry. So that was like, yeah, they will knock you down like that at a certain percent. So a lot of times with crouch canceling, you do spikes, or of course you grab. That's how you maneuver around it. If you see someone's crouch canceling a lot, or you just space an area very well, but be cognizant of what's gonna happen. There is hit falling as well. I'm not going to get into hit falling. That's just a mechanic of this game. You know, there's a lot of different guides on hit falling, but of course I'm gonna get back to wave dashes. I taught y'all about just how to wave dash in general, and I taught y'all about wave dashing to position yourself. But the big thing that you want to use wave dashing for is if you're holding shield, you can wave dash out of shield. So that's a really good defensive and offensive option you can use. You know, let's say if he jabs me or something like that, and I'm too far away, you don't want to, you can't run up and try to punish him, or you'd be forced to do an aerial. That's what you do in Smash Ultimate. But in this game, let me try to, you can wave dash and do that, or you can wave dash out of shield and smash tech or something. And so that opens up a lot of your capabilities when somebody like hits you with like a very good space aerial on your shield. You can wave dash, you know, wave dash in or wave dash away from you. That'll help you when people are pressing you a lot to wave dash away. Now, also remember the ledges are different in this game. Only one person can be at the ledge at a time. So you can wave dash back and grab the ledge like that, you know, or you can just, you know, do the old-fashioned way, jump back and grab on the ledge, or you can ledge dash as well. In Smash Ultimate, you can typically, you know, if you hold stick backwards, you can jump like that. And so you can do this and jump on stage, but that's not like the safest thing. Even in Ultimate, it's kind of like a greedy option because you're burning your double jump. So instead of burning your double jump, you can, oops, I'm so dumb. You can just wave dash onto stage like that, and it's very easy. In Melee, it's pretty hard, but like the timing is very generous in this game. So being able to ledge dash, it's not as good because you get way more invincibility in Melee as well. So, but you don't really get that much invincibility, if any, at all in this game. But it's just a strong option to be able to do. Okay. And so being able to ledge dash, and the final thing is wave landing. This is, to me, the most important use of wave dashing in general. So, you know, people do all the rah-rah, but this is where it really comes into play. And it's Ultimate, you have no choice but to try to, like, you know, maybe try to fast fall to get to here. You know, platforms, that's what they call it, sticky platforms in that game. But, or let's say, like, what I'm gonna do is you see if I want a combo this for, right? And let's say if the platform's in the way, if I try to do double jump up air with Zetter burn, I get as high as that third platform. So like, you know, I can combo him right there, but what's gonna happen if he's at like a lower percent? I mean, at a higher percent, you know, I might not reach him. See, I got the sour spot that time. So what am I doing? Oh yeah. So, but that's where instead of double jump up air, you jump, wave land, reset your double jump, and then you up air. So you see, I got way more distance doing that. Oops, I meant to down air him. I'm dumb. So like where you may not be able to get that combo extension without wave landing, in this that gives you that combo extension. You'll see a lot of fools, they'll be sitting here comboing the mess out of people, and you see in the middle of their combo they're doing stuff like this because they're trying to reach you. They're resetting their double jump. And so that's something to practice, is to try to just practice being able to wave land. And all you do is just air dodge into the platform. You know, it just makes you reach it faster. Or you can even, you know, come at it from the side. And so be aware of wave landing. That'll help a lot. Even if, like, let's say if you don't want to come up underneath them, now you're on the platform next to them much faster. So just be cognizant of that. Don't give up, and let me know if there's other things I missed or other things Ultimate players should know. I hope this video helped y'all out.